is talking about.
What's up, family? After ratting out everybody he could think of, rapper Tekashi 6ix9ine threw himself on the mercy of the court and begged for leniency. He cried. He was trying to get that time knocked down. He's facing up to 47 years in a federal prison. Now, his girlfriend said that he's facing a lot less than that type of time. Perhaps she knows something that we don't. Speaking of his girlfriend, he told the court that his girlfriend was being sexed by one of his co-defendants. I don't know what that has to do with anything, but I guess when you're facing those type of years, you got to throw everything you got, man. Anyway, in his letter to the judge, he appeared to be very remorseful. He said all the right things. I don't know if it'll work, but check it out and tell me what you think about this. As my sentencing day approaches, I am becoming more and more overwhelmed with emotions. More than anything, I am extremely grateful for this opportunity to express my remorse to you, Your Honor, over this situation. I find it difficult to find the right words to express what my life has been like for the past year. It honestly feels like my world is crashing down. There is no excuse, no justification, and no apology good enough in this world to explain my crimes. While I have been incarcerated, I have had time to reflect on the recklessness and foolishness of my decisions. I wake up every morning asking myself, was it worth it? I know that my life will never be the same, but hopefully this change will be for the better, because beyond all of this, I still consider myself a role model to millions of people as an artist, a celebrity, and as a human being. I'm happy that the public was able to witness me dealing with the consequences of my actions, because I feel like it sheds a light on what can come from gang affiliation. I know that this is part of the plan that God has for me, and I'm confident that I'm ready to face this thing head on. Before my arrest, I publicly disassociated myself with 9 Trey, but I knew that it would come with a price. I knew from previous incidents that the gang would retaliate against me for denouncing them in public. Prior to my arrest, I was kidnapped by members of the gang, became aware of the fact that the mother of my child was having sexual relations with one of my co-defendants, and that they were stealing hundreds of thousands of dollars from me. I had a feeling of relief when I was arrested by the government, because I felt stuck, like the gang had control of my life, and that I would never be able to escape their grip. I needed to do something before it was too late. I realized that I placed myself in this position with the choices I made. I know that I am not a victim because my actions contributed to this mess. I have had plenty of time to reflect, and since the time of my arrest, I have asked myself, are you remorseful because of what happened, or because you were caught? I know now that I am remorseful for what happened, because I was blessed with the gift of an opportunity that most people dream of, but I squandered it by getting involved with the wrong people and misrepresenting myself when I should have been true to myself and my fans. I'm sorry to the victims who were affected by my actions, to my fans who look up to me and were misled, to my family who depends on me, and to this courtroom for this mess that I contributed to. I'm truly sorry for the harm I've caused. If given a second chance, I would not let this court down, and I would dedicate a portion of my life to helping others not make the same mistakes that I've made. Sincerely, Daniel Hernandez. Sounds sincere. when you're facing that type of time, when you're facing football years, it'll humble you. It will humble you. The sad thing about it is that I saw the train wreck just like everybody else, and I couldn't stop it. Like, dude was on a collision course with disaster. And you could just see it from a mile away. Totally disrespectful. Just so disrespectful. I'm surprised the dude still got a heartbeat. Perhaps him getting arrested saved his life. I can relate to what he's talking about when he say that he felt relieved, because he was living his life and he knew what he was doing was going to catch up with him sooner or later. And he just felt relieved when the feds came. I can relate. The sad thing about a lot of cats is that, and this guy really is not an habitual criminal, but he just did a whole lot in a very short time. The sad thing about a lot of cats in the streets is that they have to be supervised. They have to be on some type of paper. They got to be facing some type of extended sentence before they catch their snap and be like, yo, whoa, man, I'm about to throw it all away. It's like, and then it's a lot of cats that they'll go to prison and get out on parole and they be cool like 5 years, 6, 7 years, 10 years, however long that probation is, that parole is, they'll be cool. And they'll like avoid temptation. The minute they get off that paper, and they right back at it. It's like some people just gotta have that cloud hovering over their head. They just got to have that supervision. Took me a while to get it out of my system, I ain't gonna lie. Man, you from those streets, man, you from a certain type of place and it's a certain kind of living and it's, we're all creatures of habit and we are who we are by a process of conditioning. And so once you start getting on a certain trajectory, man, especially I'm talking about that bad energy, man, it's hard to just hit the brakes on that thing. But it appears for now that dude hit his brakes. But the problem with him is that his life will never be the same. And I don't believe that if he don't do time or short time or whatever, I don't believe that if he got out in enough time to where he could save his career, I don't believe that he's really going to change. I think it's going to be too much pressure on him to get back to his old antics. And then he's also, they're going to be hunting his head. Believe that. It's just going to be tough. You definitely got an uphill battle. And I can tell you this, throwing yourself on the mercy of the court when you are in America and, you black or brown, that don't mean nothing. Man, they are trained to not give a damn about your feelings. They don't even look at you as human. So we'll see how this goes. Boy, it's going to be tough, though. No more talk.
What them haters talking about?